TLEV fans, let me hear ya howl!
You're tuned in to the TLEV show on Classical FM, a scholarly news debate with your colleagues.
Oh, come on, man. It's the fun stuff, the nerd news. So grab a popcorn and a soda, crank your stereo to the max, and get ready to enjoy the most tubular show on the radio.
Yes, yes, yes. The most tubular show is back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. How is everyone doing? We are back. The TLEV show is back. And I say we because I am not alone today. No. I am joined by some very special guests, the founders of TLEV Media and the founder of the Knights of Horrors. We have today Thomas, Josue, and Anthony Zaragoza from the Knights of Horrors.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's been a while, gents.
It's been a minute.
I would say it's been 2 years since the show's been off. Yeah.
Has it?
I think a different time in life, you know?
It's like, I think the last one was 2 years ago. Yeah.
We'll sure do a refresher course of who's who.
Yes.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Josue.
I guess that's who's who right now. No. We have Thomas, Josue. If you guys didn't know, these are the guys behind the channel right here. The Thomas and Josue. Some of you might not seen their faces in a very, very long time, but
yeah,
those two right there.
I was trying to think. I don't think I even remember the last TLEV video I was on.
I was in a recent one, right?
Yeah, kind of.
A few hot season recent ones this year.
If you ever see me guys look into the corners, because Josue is here in the studio with us, this is the best way we can do it all.
Yes,
today.
where is everyone? Please say your exact location so that we can be doxxed.
Please dox us. It'd be great.
No, this is great to be back. I missed the TLEV show, and I think today's a great day to do it, especially because we're honoring a special day. Thomas, what is that day?
Well, you know what? About 8 years ago today, my best friend and I had decided that we were going to stay in touch by starting a vlogging channel. And we came up with a bunch of different names, and we hated all of them. But the one that we hated the least was the League of Extraordinary Vloggers. And that was the name that we went with for about, I don't know, it was like for a couple of years. And then we started condensing it to TLEV. And then
because you can only say the League of Extraordinary Vloggers too many times.
That's right. But then there was like
say it 3 times and they appear.
That's right. And someone said it. And we started off, it was just run-of-the-mill vlogs. I mean, I know that we did a vlog for your sister's wedding, and then we just we're doing little things. But then it was the summer of 2016. What did we decide, Josue?
We decided to go full spooky mode, and we said, you know what? Let's do Horror Night stuff. Let's just dive right in, because at that time I think we were just like so obsessed with horror, and especially Horror Nights, that we were just like.
I mean, that's your fault though. You introduced me.
That's a fault of yours.
Look, I needed somebody to go with me, and who else than my best bud?
That's right. That's fair. Yeah.
So it worked.
Gosh, that was HHN 2013 was our first HHN together.
Jeez Louise.
That was Evil Dead. The Walking Dead did the Terror Tram. What else was there that year? Was that the year that they had
American Werewolf of London?
No, that was 2014. It was like the Danny Trejo one.
The Kukui?
Yeah, the Kukui. Yeah,
that's
I think that was
the beginning of like the Latin American tradition. Now that's there all the time.
Is that a segue? No, it's too early.
No, it's too early for that. But just a fun fact. Just a fun fact. Yeah, no, I mean, you guys started this thing, and I mean, it's become so much bigger than just a small little channel of two little friends that have fun.
That's 3
We've done a lot
Oh my
throughout.
God.
the year.
I know.
or
Look at that.
12
Look at that
years.
bottom right corner. Look at those kids.
Little baby, little
Oh my
dude.
gosh, they had no idea what they were doing.
I mean, that's when you guys started right there. Jeez Louise.
No, I think it was like about a year in. That's like for our first HHN preparation video.
Right.
Yeah.
We did. We were at Universal. I think it was like we had done a video in response to Zombie Chris. Zombie Chris had done a video of like what fans of HHN Orlando wish they had at HHN Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did a video of like what are fans from HHN Hollywood want from HHN Orlando. And we like went around the park. Oh my gosh. Do you remember those long hours? We were nonstop filming.
Dude, it was it's funny that we mentioned this, going back and looking for all these pictures. It really reminds me not only like how much we did, but also just how much Universal Studios has changed in a whole.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like in front of that's still by Hogsmeade, but like I remember, when we were first starting, Hogsmeade wasn't even fully done yet.
Oh my god, right.
Yeah.
Gross. Now let's go to the chat real quick. Let's see what some of our fellow boils and ghouls are saying. We have let's go. I waited all day from the Howling Hour. It's good to see you, Rob. We love you very much.
Yeah, it's Rob.
We have Hellhound Hunt saying Universal content here is elite. Always look forward to the Horror Nights videos every year.
Well, thank you.
We do enjoy doing that all the time. And we have right here, Hidden. I still watch old videos. This always has been an amazing channel.
I do too. My favorite thing, especially over the summer, was just to like look back at old HHN walkthroughs that we've done and just seeing us like being scared out of our minds. So it put me at ease. It was a great pastime.
That's why we did. Oh my God, what was the series called?
You're talking about HHN
the review.
The review channel.
No, the review.
Yeah, what was it called? Oh Lord, we don't even know. The show that we brought, it was like where we watched our old house videos.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like for 2020. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was when we did TLEV horror, and we really wanted to like. Because the thinking behind that was that as we were developing, especially 2018, I think TLEV is when TLEV media became a thing. Was because we went to Midsummer Scream. And we were interviewing some of the home haunts, and we ran into the PR representative for Universal Studios. And we were just, first of all, it was almost like a weird timing or just like a coincidence that just fate happened, because we had two viewers run up to us right as we were speaking with the PR person for TLEV for Universal Studios, and we had these two kids. They were like, "Oh my God, you're the League of Extraordinary Vloggers!" And because of that, and it's truly because of that PR then said, "Why don't you interview John Murdy?" And that's when started our long and very fruitful relationship with John Murdy.
So I think the big takeaway there is that if it wasn't for all of you who supported us throughout all these years, we wouldn't be able to do all the things that we did on this channel and all the things that we'll continue to do on this channel. So the first of many probably tonight is thank you to everybody.
Yes. Yes.
I just figured out what it was called. It was called the Watch Party.
Watch Party.
The Watch Party. Yes.
A watch party.
Right?
If you know, you know. I mean, that was fun to do. We were just
there is a lost episode of the Watch Party. I don't know what happened. It was corrupted video or something, but we had watched the first of the do's and don'ts of Halloween Horror Nights, and we sat all on that couch in Josue's studio apartment that he's not even in anymore, and we just like, I don't know what happened to it. Okay.
Wait, that was too soon. Sorry. Exactly. Let's go to the chat real quick. Let's see. Some more people are here to tell us how they feel about HHN. Jan watch you guys every season for HHN info. Yeah, well,
And that really was like the idea behind when Josue and I started, was because we felt like there was a vacuum in YouTube of Halloween Horror Nights content, and we knew that people were just as passionate as we were about it.
Mhm.
I mean, some of the most vocal people that we have in our community are some of the haunt and the scare actors.
Absolutely.
And so it was really cool to build our little TLEV community and to really connect all these different aspects of both the fans and also the team members of these different events.
Yeah, no, that's. I still, when I look back at it, how you guys started to now, where we could be anywhere and someone can come up to him and be like, "Oh my God, you prepared me for HHN this year, and when are you going to make a new one? Because the event has changed so much."
Well, that's definitely you, because as Josue and I mean, I went to law school. Josue is going very deep into his career, and he became a dad.
I became a dad.
You really took on the torch, and you were able to continue making content. So I don't know how many people would recognize me going through the part.
Yeah,
And,
dude.
I mean, the thing is,
Tony, you
your
would recognize
video,
me. Oh, thank you.
yeah, exactly, and your video of the people bringing their child to the park still gets views.
Listen, I'll just
every
put it this way,
year,
Thomas.
so-
Every time you do come to the park, I get more excited to see you and him than him any day.
I'm just there all the time. That's the problem. That's the problem. We also have, I believe it's My says, love your channel and met you guys years ago at Queen Mary Dark Harbor. I miss it. And y'all were so nice. Thank you for your videos and for being so nice.
Oh, well, thank you. But
Yeah.
yes, it is criminal that
Hey,
Queen
listen.
Mary's Dark Harbor has become
Listen,
Facts.
listen.
Shocktoberfest.
Listen, okay? This year was actually pretty damn good. There was a maze on the boat this year.
I can't speak on it. I can't speak on it.
I respect Shaquille O'Neal going for the bag. I respect him with his, the general auto insurance, and when he's got his icy hot packs, and he's got like, sure,
He's
go
got
for it.
good.
Listen. Who knows what's gonna happen with that event next year? I'm hearing talks of a reboot, but we're gonna have to stay
Shaq?
tuned.
Shaq?
I mean,
The reboot of Shaq.
no. Like that concept's gonna go away completely from what I'm hearing.
Really?
But who knows?
Shaq's
Who
losing
knows?
too much money, I guess.
All I
That's
know.
what's happening.
No, I think they only signed like a 2 or 3 year deal with him. I don't remember, but it wasn't that long. I think he just wanted to do it.
Who would take over? Taylor Swift.
Oh, bro, Taylor Swift.
The Eras tour,
I mean,
baby.
That hot would be lit, bro.
Horror event. I mean, there's a lot of content there. Sure.
Adele themed. I want to go through an Adele maze.
Adele, yes.
I want to recreate Skyfall, like
Dude, that
the
opening.
intro.
No, but I will always say Dark Harbor was the most authentic,
Dark Harbor
the
was
most
great.
serious
Dark Harbor.
of the haunt events that we ever
I
experienced.
miss Dark Harbor so much.
Dark Harbor was amazing.
A lot of those guys work at Knott's now too.
Oh, I bet. I mean, like the sliders, right? I mean, that's your
Yeah.
community, Tony. You're the one who's always
Yeah.
what's the 401 with the
That's your
sliders?
piece.
Haunt season's over. Everyone's tired. They're trying to win back some sleep.
This is the time everyone catches up on that. Yeah.
Everybody's enjoying the holidays now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and I think
Everybody's
that's a
had their
good
banquets.
segue there to
Oh,
move
yeah?
on now to talk a lot more about haunt season 2023.
God, the guy's
Yes.
name was Larry.
Larry Larva. You
Larry
know
Larva, baby.
Oh yeah, you didn't get the
Double L,
Larry
bro.
Larva this year.
LL.
Yeah, no,
You go like this
yeah.
and bam.
for the next
Wow.
hour or so, I'm going to be
Well, it's
moderating
haunt
this
season
conversation.
2023, Thomas. It doesn't mean we're talking straight about Knott's and
okay,
Horror
I am
Nights
my
right
bad.
now. How was everyone's haunt season 2023? Zaragoza, let's start with you. How was it?
Silent was Delusion.
It was say it again.
So good.
Oh yeah.
I finally went to Delusion.
Oh, he went to Delusion. Tony, your audio is so bad.
Yeah, I'm not the best stuff. I'm gonna
You went to
temporary setup.
Delusion?
Yes, finally went. It was great.
It's beautiful. It's.
What
was the theme this year?
I enjoyed. It was like they're telling some like I don't know, some like
they're like it was a
they're trying to
mix
rebuild
of
like
all
some
their
girl or
stories
something.
together. So
yeah, I haven't been in previous years. I was just like, this is so damn cool. I don't even know what the story is, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. What else did you do over this haunt season?
We did Lights Out in Pomona. That was a new haunt that popped up at the Pomona Fairplex.
Ooh.
That wasn't too bad. That was pretty fun. It was like 3 mazes and then like a couple vendors. It was a very small like event, but it was fun. Hayride had a really good improvement this year with their talent. I'm being a little biased here though, because one of my friends actually was managing talent this year, but I think she did an amazing job. She used to work at Horror Nights. She done some freaking iconic roles at Horror Nights. So, it was great to see her go and do a management position over at Hayride and kind of really turn that event around with the talent. I think talent really killed it this year. And I can't wait to see what she does next year. Hopefully they bring her up for something else. Maybe help design new mazes or experiences or something, because she's a very talented person. So that was fun. Hayride was good this year. I think my favorite out of all the stuff this year obviously goes to the 50th anniversary, hands down.
Not Scary Farm. We will talk about Not Scary Farm because I do have things to say about that event, but of course about all the events, there's things to say. Thomas, what about you?
Oh,
you
sure.
were brand new state for you for your haunt season.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if it's brand new, but yeah. So
no, one of the
you got that.
I don't know how public have I been about. Okay, so I moved out to Connecticut for law school in the middle of the pandemic, and I've stuck around, and because I pretty much enjoyed myself, and I've had many reasons to stay in Connecticut. And so I decided this year I wanted to give myself a full Halloween season. And so my partner and I, we went to Salem, Massachusetts for the first time. Wow. And it was interesting because I almost felt a little more commercial than what you would think. Like when we see movies like Hocus Pocus, and we definitely saw the sets, like we saw Allison's house, and we saw the city hall. That's like the scene where the Sanderson sisters are doing their big "I Put a Spell on You" number. But there were some, I don't know. You expect a lot of foliage, but it's not. It's like this tiny little town in Massachusetts. But we had like a tour, and we got to learn a little bit about the history of the witch trials, which you always assume like the Salem witch trials. This must have been like a really, really long thing that lasted like decades, right? No, it only lasted like 11 months, like not even a year.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'd like to hear all these different stories of the women, all the innocent women. Also learning that there's about 1,200 witches that like practicing witches that actually live in Salem. And just learning more about the culture of Salem was really nice. I also checked
culture.
Yeah, for the culture. I also went to Six Flags New England, which is in got to check out their Fright Fest event. It is a tiny little theme park. I thought ours, Magic Mountain, was like a small little thing, but no, Six Flags.
Magic Mountain is small. That's a big hill.
Yeah, well, that's what I always thought. It's just the hill, right? Like, sure, you got Tatsu and you got Ninja, but it's like just the hill. But no, it was cute. They were trying. The scare actors there were trying. Very interactive, so it did feel a little bit more like Knott's than it did like our traditional Fright Fest. But I think was it just you, Mr. E, who went to this year's Fright Fest?
Yeah, I went with Miss E.
Oh, with Miss E. Okay, so I want to hear from you guys. But I think I don't know. It was nice. So I got to have a little bit of a fix for the haunt season.
Epic.
Mm-hmm.
And was Salem your favorite part?
Yes, Salem was beautiful, and because we made sure to time it with it was being around like the most foliage, where it's going to be orange and yellow and red leaves everywhere, and it was a nice crisp autumn day.
Oh,
Crisp.
Mm-hmm.
did they talk about Anya Taylor-Joy and Black Phillip?
Oh, the Vivitch? No, we did not talk about the Vivitch.
But
But the best part is, so like during our tour, we passed by a house and it's right next to this Dunkin' Donuts. And so the tour guide was like, yeah, this is the most haunted Dunkin' Donuts in all of the country.
That's awesome.
And the best part was, as we were walking by, these two tow trucks find these two cars illegally parked in the parking lot and take them away in like 5 seconds. And I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe that's why it's the most haunted. Like
The
people
most
just take
haunted
two
and the most dangerous.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey.
But the best part, best part, the best tacos I have had on this side of the country was in Salem, Massachusetts.
How dare you say that?
And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it.
As a
On that-
Californian, how dare you say
On that side of the country. On that side of the country.
My
Did you
standards
just
are
say that
so
it
high
was the best
because I'm
tacos you ever
Italian.
had?
No, not the best I've ever had. No. Best I've had on this side of the country, outside of.
Okay, I was gonna say,
beautiful
if you said it was the best tacos you've ever had, bro, I can go to a spot right down the street off the 605 freeway and guarantee you it's better than that.
That's
Bro,
right.
best
Probably.
authentic tacos, Taco Bell, hands down.
Bro, what?
Jeez Louise.
We're supposed to
Bro, what?
We're supposed to wait to piss off Tony when we get a little bit later
Okay,
into
that's
the
right.
HHN
My
versus
bad,
Scary.
my bad,
Friday.
King. My bad, King.
Exactly. Josue, what about you? What was your amazing haunt season?
So my haunt season was pretty good. It was smaller, I guess smaller than what I'm used to, but I did do
Right.
a lot of more like family fun stuff. Now, family man, so got to do the family stuff. But you know what? It wasn't bad. So I did get to go to Horror Nights and Knott's. That was pretty good. Had a really great time overall. Both haunts were amazing. Everybody killed it. Went apple picking.
Oh,
Went out to the pumpkin patches. Pretty good. It was a good time overall.
Can we get a TLEV family channel with just Josue just in his family?
I was
I'd
like-
love to see that. I really
I'm
would.
like- that's
TLEV
so
mild,
different to
actually.
everybody else's haunt season, but I loved it. I'm like, that's
That's the
still
best.
so warm. I feel like right there.
I would have bell notifications on. I'd watch all the videos, like first viewer. Like it'd be great.
It was honestly a good time, and some of the best, in Thomas's words, just some of the best apple cider I've had on this side of the country.
Ooh,
Some of the best.
that's
They were
pretty
just
cool.
so good. I can't stress enough. Tacos in Salem, Massachusetts were the best that I've had on this side of the country. I have to stress that.
But overall, yeah, it was a really fun haunt season, and I can't wait for 2024.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be Haunt 2024, which we'll do speculate later on down the line, and we'll probably bring them into the TLEV show.
Sure.
But again,
about
just
Miss
stay
E?
tuned for that.
What was Miss E's haunt season like?
Miss E, your haunt season. She's also here. She's just right there.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a mic. My hunt season was pretty similar to Mr. E because we were with each other the whole time.
Whoa.
But we went to Orlando for Orlando's HHN.
How was that?
That was, it's Orlando. It's so much fun.
Crazy.
The whole trip. So we had to go because The Last of Us was going to be there, and
Oh my
I
God,
couldn't
so
have missed
forgot
that.
The Last of Us.
We'll get to it.
I'm gonna be so mad, but I'm so happy.
We'll
for
get
you all.
to it. We'll get to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, we went to Orlando. We went to HHN, Knott, Fright Fest, Delusion. Am I missing any?
I think that's it.
That's it. We were very, very busy, but we made the best of it. But it was a lot of fun, and we'll get to it.
Yeah, I saw a comment about Fright Fest, and I did want to talk about that a little bit. Hellhound Hunt said, Fright Fest has always felt lackluster for me. The makeup is pretty good considering it's a smaller theme park compared to others, but it's never something I've wanted to do. So Fright Fest this year was a little different. They actually had some IPs.
I know. I want to hear about those
this year.
Happy.
What were the IPs? It was
and
Conjuring and what else?
Conjuring.
Saw and Conjuring.
Yeah,
Conjuring.
yeah.
Oh,
So it was, it was interesting because it was very, you can tell it was very like quickly made. They like started maybe 2 to 3 months before the event. Like they were putting everything up.
Jesus.
So
I think John Cook's company actually had to come out and finish it.
yes, they had to finish one.
Had to cook it up.
You know
what I mean? We're opening a couple pages here. We got a little recipe going with today.
Yeah.
Survival of the Nights of Horror, baby.
The cookbook.
We live by it.
The Saw maze, yeah, the last scene they worked on was I believe it was like the one where he's sawing off his foot from the first movie. So it wasn't just Saw 10, it was like the best like kills of the Saw movies and stuff like that. And I mean, for the time that they had and what they were able to make, it was decent. But the problem with it was people were waiting like 4 hours for
Horror Nights Junior.
Yeah, exactly. People in normal, in general admission tickets had to wait like 3 to 4 hours. And I don't know. I saw the Entertainment Connection was in here earlier, so we went with him. We went with our good friend Nico, and this guy looks at Nico and he's like, "Can you let them know in the front that we waited 3.5 hours?" I'm like, I don't know what Nico can do to make it go faster, but yeah, I felt
He
bad.
could have tried. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Nico.
I would love Nico's got a lot of pull, bro. He can do whatever he wanted. If he was just to give a word right then and there, he would have had that line moving.
Nico would have parted the line and just like.
I guess so.
Bro, Murdy knows who he is. We saw it Midsummer Scream. Like it's the evidence is there.
The magic. Yeah, but so then The Conjuring, that one was actually really scary. Like that one got us really well. I see the Howling Hours saying The Conjuring was really good. Saw needed at least the music / sound design. Very true. I totally forgot about that. Thank you, Rob. But
it didn't even have the Saw music?
No music. No music.
Wait, for real?
There was only sound at the end, like towards the end of the.
It would have been fine if the whole maze would just been the song for the theme, and I would have been like, okay with that.
No Hello Zep, nothing.
Nothing. Like you could hear like when like one part Jigsaw comes out and you can hear like the laughing, Jigsaw's laughter.
Sure.
So like they were sound cues, but I don't know. There could have been a lot more added to it.
You know that reminds me of that one time we went into Sewer of Souls is what it's called.
Yeah.
And there was just like no audio. It was just like empty. It felt so weird. It was going no audio, and then the scare actors were just like, bro.
Dude, breaks code like that 2021 year, like we go through a lot of those mazes, and there were just like 3 or 4 people, and I'm scaring you, and I was just like, I understand why, but it was just like, I don't like this.
But
okay,
yeah,
okay, with The Conjuring, like compared to Horror Made Here, how was that?
Well, here, so I can't compare it. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
Horror Made Here slap. Horror Made Here slap, bro. They need to bring that event back.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
What this guy said down here.
Warner
So
Brothers.
this guy right
you want to get on
here-
everyone's good side again? Bring back Horror Made Here.
Yes.
Hellhound Hunt. He said,
Do you feel like it's been enough time that we could say how we almost were like, sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Would you like to
I'm
read
going
this
off the
epic
rails. Sorry, go.
comment right here?
Okay, let's go for it.
You're a
Yeah,
lawyer. You should
sorry,
know
no.
if you sign an NDA and it has. You got to
We
see if your
didn't sign
NDA
up.
has an expiration date.
Did we sign it? Okay, I gotta go through my files. You're right. You're right. As the
Yeah,
resident,
let's look through the files for
yeah,
the
as
public
the
about that.
lawyer here, I should probably look through the files.
I wouldn't say anything.
Go for it. Go for it.
Hellhound Hunt said Fright Fest has always felt lackluster for me. Oh wait, I already read that one. Sorry, wrong
you
one.
did.
Hellhound Hunt. The Conjuring maze at Fright Fest was not great for what I saw. Didn't think it represented the original film very well.
Oh, it was just
That
the
I
first
can agree on a little bit. There were like maybe 2 scenes from like the original. There's like they have the Annabelle doll at the front that like causes like a whole possession in the house. In the Ed and Lorraine house because you're kind of in there. And again, it's like scenes from kind of both movies, but I don't know. It did feel like a little lackluster, and then there were just like 2 scenes that I really recognized from the first movie: the Annabelle doll in the case, and then at the end of the maze, there was someone getting lifted, or it's supposed to be the mom who gets lifted up in the chair, who's possessed in the chair, and so they did that scene, which was really cool what they were able to do. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. It was still really creepy because when we went in, so we're trying to do, because that one had a scene at the beginning where they had to stop the line to let people like
Experience
it. Yeah. There was a showroom.
Do they have the clapping game, or is that from the second one?
They do have the clapping game. The howling hour says the clap, but that's kind of yeah. Yes, they did the clapping scene, and that was really well done. But again, if you're in the back of like the group, you miss the clapping scene. So
this is at Six Flags.
Horror
made here though.
Horror made here.
I know, did you also get another girl to
Horror made here, man. That was what's up.
Yeah, Horror made here.
I was supposed to protect somebody in Horror made here,
That's right.
and I failed.
Yeah, Jose, why don't you tell the story of that? Why don't you tell that story?
Look.
It was a great fall evening in the fall of 2018.
I have no beef with Six Flags, but Horror made here made me feel miserable about myself. I was supposed to protect this lady, and she got taken by some demon, and I felt it was on me. It was
though, because it was.
It was on you. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, what do you think that lady's at today, bro?
Oh,
she's gone.
She's
gone. Yeah.
Zaragoza. She was the one at Delusion who got taken away. That's who she was.
She got typecasted.
Dude, I saw that in Delusion, and that's what the vibes I got immediately. I'm like, dude, Horror made here right here.
There's a girl in Delusion.
Yeah, Delusion's lit.
Taken by a
Let's do the try. We gotta email them. Let's do try not to get scared challenge at Delusion next year.
They are like so strict with filming, and I wonder what's going to be next year because they're redoing the Phillips mansion.
Yeah, they're leaving the mansion. They're going somewhere else. They haven't decided where yet, but they are going to be doing it again this year. So I'm serious. I'm curious to see where they go. Lately I've been seeing Puente Hills Mall slowly shutting a lot of stores down. Man, I'd love to see a haunt in a giant mall like that. There's so much you can do with it.
I can borrow my apartment.
But how big's your apartment? I don't think it's big enough.
2 bedrooms now, baby.
Okay, we good. We can do 2 rooms now, bro.
A Delusion can find a way to do like anything in such as either small space or big space. Like they can.
Bro, they worked really well with that mansion. I mean, if anyone knows it, it's like a really historical mansion in Pomona. But what they did with that haunt to like squeeze you through different areas for different scenes. You went inside the walls, man. You went up in the attic, up and down in the cellars, like to really give you that claustrophobic feel, but like immerse you into that story. It was easily some of the best storytelling at a haunt I've ever seen. So I can't wait to go back next year to see what they do.
So they sent us into a basement, like a very small space, like in their basement.
Yeah,
that was probably, to me, that was the scariest part of the event. And it was
how do you think I felt?
Dude,
At least you can stand down
Oh
there.
my
I
God.
can stand down there. I'm like,
God.
okay, this is scary. Can we just get the hell out of here now? Like, this is uncomfortable.
Dude, and then we all had to get around like a little like MP3 player that was playing like,
Yeah.
a video of like vampires attacking someone in
I
that
thought we were
basement.
going to explore the basement more. Like, I thought we were going to go in or someone was going to pop out, and like that didn't happen.
I was
Yeah, same.
the,
I
the
mean,
anticipation was
Same,
scary.
same.
And then boom, this guy opens up the epic basement, which I saw our good friend AJ Dana played that character somewhere.
Oh,
That's
what?
pretty cool.
That's what's
AJ
up.
Dana, who also
I have a story from my experience.
Oh, go for it.
AJ Dana's the guy who did the intro for the TLEV
That's right.
show.
He does the intro for the TLEV show. Thank you.
Yes, he's a very talented actor.
He's great. He's great. And
We stand AJ.
Yeah, because he was also in the soon-to-be Oscar-nominated film Oppenheimer. Come on now.
dude, I
That's
found him in
right.
the movie. That was so funny. I was like, his face is huge.
I've seen that
in
movie twice, bro. It's a great movie.
I'm
The
just
Aerith tour, the AJ tour.
I have to say I'm so excited. Like behind the scenes for y'all, we've been talking about bringing the TLEV show, but we really wanted to wait until after the strikes were over so that we could talk about everything. So the fact that the strikes are over is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So happy for all of the SAG-AFTRA members, happy for all the WGA members. It's just, yeah.
Back to the Future theme
think
hunt.
it's just great job to everybody.
That could be good.
For Delusion to do. I don't know how they're gonna get the rights, but that would be insane.
Hey, bro, it don't have to be Back to the Future. It could be a time travel themed haunt.
Bum,
Bro,
bum.
going to like
My
the vampire
question is-
times, all that stuff.
My question is, how are they gonna make the car disappear? We have to start in like.
Why's there got to be a car? I mean, if we're doing an original concept, we could do a time travel, but like we could do like a photo or a phone booth. Oh wait, no, that's Doctor Who.
Well.
A phone booth, time travel. That's Bill and Ted, brother.
Yeah. Why don't we cut it back to the
It was
topic?
Doctor Who before it was freaking Bill and Ted.
I know, yeah. Come on, y'all. I want to go see the new Doctor Who episode. So like, let's like
Okay.
get this
All
going.
right. So, two events that we all did, except for Thomas.
Bozo.
Low blow. That was a low blow.
Was Not Scary Farm and Halloween Horror Nights. So we wanted to talk about both of these events because a lot of things have changed this year for both of them, especially for this one right here. Knott's 50th event for Not Scary Farm. Now, I think the person who should start talking about this is the man who kind of is there all the freaking time.
He lives right down the street.
He's there all the time.
You're at Horror Nights all the time, so what does it matter to me?
Man, not this year, and I'll talk about that this year, but we'll talk about that later. Anthony Zaragoza, this night, Not Scary for our 50th anniversary.
The aficionado.
This must have been like
Oh man,
the Holy Grail.
dude, I was there opening night. I was there closing night. Such a special year for Knott's in general. 50 years, the ones that really kind of kickstarted the whole haunt game to make it what it is today. Such an incredible legacy. Such a great tribute paid to the 50 years of the event. A lot of great legends came back to one last rodeo on Ghost Town or Carnival or wherever, the Gauntlet. A lot of people left this year. A lot of people retired. I mean, it was just an emotional year, a great year. 3 brand new great mazes. Room 13, Cinema Slasher, the Chilling Chambers. And it was just overall just an amazing love letter to the event as a whole. I mean, if you've been there from the start, if you've gone many years, Chilling Chambers was just literally a time machine through the past years of some of the best that Knott's has to offer over the years. Cinema Slasher was also a tribute to the 50 years of Knott's of things that they do, mixing the elements of old sets they've used in previous mazes, kind of giving them a new twist and making them into a movie. which I thought hands down was probably one of the greatest walkthroughs I've walked through this season. Room 13 taking you into that further explanation of the lore behind the Goring 20s, one of my favorite scare zones. You know, how the Devil's Elixir still came to be, the mysterious Room 13 within the mysterious hotel, and what the Devil's Elixir is doing to these people. So much lore and so much storytelling goes into an event like Knott's Scary Farm. You know, from all the shows that they put on, to the scare zones, to the mazes, everything that goes into it, and then the amazing talent within the mazes, on the streets, who help bring that lore to life even more. The 50th anniversary is definitely something I'll remember for years and years to come. And I can't wait to see what they do for the 55th, for the 60th, and so forth and so on. So 2 thumbs up for me, but I am a little biased when it comes to Knott's Scary Farm. So, yeah.
Well, Tony,
Well, I guess that's it for the Scary Farm. I don't think we have to talk about it. No, go for it, Thomas.
There it is.
Tony, did they do? I know that when they first did the Goring 20s, they had like a speakeasy. Are they still doing that?
So yeah, the first year they did Goring 20s, someone started a rumor that there was a speakeasy in the Goring 20s that you can actually go and buy drinks to. That rumor caught on super damn quick, and everyone was trying to find it. There never was a speakeasy. Wow. There's just that door outside that says Blind Tiger, that's just a facade. I guess within Room 13, you finally go inside that speakeasy to see what that bar looked like. And then this year, for the first time, they actually sold the Devil's Elixir, which actually wasn't too bad. Some nights I got it. Some nights I got it, it was strong. Sometimes I got it, it was perfect. So
what was
depending on what you got. It was like a juice, but it was like, I think, with vodka or something like that. So it was a little strong.
It tasted like no. It tasted like one of those Sour Patch watermelons.
Yeah,
it was yummy.
Because they made it glow too, so it was pretty cool.
It was super duper yummy. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. That was really good. Josue, Knott's Scary Farm for you. How was it?
Dude, it was incredible. I think, Tony summed it up the best, but those 3 new mazes that they brought, man, Cinema Slasher alone blew my mind. I think I can safely say that probably this year, that's like my number 1 maze this year.
Of all events?
Of all events, Cinema Slasher.
Wow. I'll give it to Josue on that one. That maze is a beauty. Storytelling is great on it. It's just awesome.
It was so creative. It was so fun. It was beyond anything I could ever ask for and more. And yeah, I mean, going through it, twice?
That's right. Yeah, we did go through it twice. It was pretty fun. I did thoroughly enjoy that one. Just being able to bring back like classic horror films, bring it to life in their own way was really awesome. That massive chainsaw was insane. The bungee jump, like Ushers at the end, that was crazy.
And the best part, it smelled like hot dogs.
It smells like hot dogs.
It smells like hot dogs.
God, Miss E and Thomas and Josue were saying that the entire time, and I'm filming and I'm trying. I had to cut out like it smells like hot dogs like 3 or 4 times because they kept saying it.
It smells like hot dogs.
Yeah, how sick was that face painting in the beginning?
Dude, it was so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. If you guys have never seen that,
light was so awesome on that
TikTok.
I do remember that TikTok, which make sure to follow us at TLEV Media on TikTok.
Yes.
Plugs, baby.
See, I still remember. See, I'm not that rusty.
Let's see. What do you guys think Knotts will do about Chilling Chambers next year, since it was the 50th anniversary maze?
Put a 1.
I heard it's still staying next year. They're just going to take down a lot of the 50th anniversary like logos and stuff, but they usually keep a maze anywhere from anywhere from 4 to 6 years. So we can expect that back next year. What I would love to see, I don't know if they'll do, is like add different things from like different mazes over the years. But we'll see what happens. So I mean, I think it's gonna. It should be returning next year. We'll see.
And what I would love is for Pumpkin Eater to no longer be a thing.
It's not there anymore.
Well, why are you
It's
hating?
gone.
That's what Chilling Chambers was. It's Pumpkin Eater.
Yeah. Chilling
So
Chambers
why
at the
are you
beginning of
hating
it.
on Peter Pumpkin Eater, bro? That maze was lit.
Oh no, it didn't matter what time of the day we went. So we went with Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. We went with him at like towards the end of the night. It was pretty dead. Then we also went early in the event, pretty dead. We could have gone at any time. Pumpkin Eater was always dead. So I'm glad that it's actually gone.
Well, I mean, it's at the beginning of Chilling Chambers. Like you can see the very epic pumpkin in your head. Yeah, it's right at the beginning. Yeah. Chilling Chambers was cool. We just don't know the lore that much. That's the thing. So it's like it's very much for
the fans.
The fans of the event, those who have been there.
Oh yeah, diehard fans for sure.
From the beginning.
Sinister, you don't know Sinister Seymour, bro, the homie.
Okay.
From way back in the day.
No, I didn't know. No,
thank you.
I didn't know who he was. But my only complaint about this, and you've probably heard it before, Zaragoza, from others. Where is the keeper in that maze?
I'm an LCD screen.
Los Angeles Haunted Hayride.
He was not in there at all.
Hold on. We gotta be very careful.
Haunted Hayride.
Did John Cook do this maze?
He did.
I think he helped out, yeah.
We have no complaints. It's the best maze.
No, John Cook. That's why John Cook also helped with Cinema Slasher, and that's why that maze is
the best maze ever. Yeah, no. It's the best maze ever. You guys remember what his arms look like, right? He could tear us apart without sweating. So we are not going to say anything.
I absolutely thought this maze was beautiful. This is my favorite maze this season.
Exactly. You think John Cook could come over here and... Never mind. I love you, John Cook.
I think he's here.
Bro, he will come over and just, like Austin Powers, Judo Chop, like he'll do that and you will literally just fall apart.
It'd be like so funny, just like just out of nowhere, just comes up right behind you.
Oh, you didn't know he's the guest, bro. He's the guest today.
John, why don't you come in for a little bit?
Jerry. Hidden says, I will say projections aren't scared of me, but at least it looks cool most of the time. Yeah, seeing the keeper as projections was cool.
I'm the LCD.
Yeah. I don't know, because
the doll factory.
My only issue with it was there was that mannequin at the end of the maze of the keeper right above by the 50th sign. You could have totally made that a person, like an actual actor underneath it.
What's good, homie?
And then he could have just like
she was at the Haunted Hayride performing like 6 shows a night.
See, but that's the problem.
He couldn't.
They signed the rights.
They got breaks.
Well, you know how that 5 freeway is, bro. It ain't. Have you driven on the 5 freeway at peak rush hour hours on a Saturday night?
But that's okay. That's my issue. That's my issue. The keeper is now the significant face of the keeper is Monty. Okay, it's friends with Monty Revolta.
Oh, is it really?
The problem is, I don't know if there's a contract or something. But you could have totally put someone in a mask at least, or some really good makeup, because they have a really strong makeup team at Scary Farm, and then they could have just like lip sync.
Which wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, maybe. Let's just put it this way, man. I got to go to the employee preview night this year for Scary Farm. And Chilling Chambers was not ready to go, and that was 2 nights before the event actually opened. So the fact that they don't have that in year 1, I feel like there's a lot of improvements that need to be made for year 2, and maybe that is something they'll look into. Hopefully, is adding an actual actor to do all of that. But I feel like with who they casted to play said role, it's just better to have him narrating the entire thing and on all these projections, and it kind of saves them from having to fill somebody in a spot where they can utilize them somewhere else.
He's hot commodity.
What mazes did we say goodbye to this year?
Goodbye.
The
Depths.
Depths and Dark Entities.
All right. Wow. Well, one of those definitely deserves a moment of silence. So,
Dark
Depths.
Entities.
The Depths.
all right. Anyway,
I don't think anyone caught it
Dark Entities.
in our Scary Farm
Hey,
video.
hear me out, bro.
Space
Hear me out.
Mountain, the house.
Wait, hold on.
It would
In
have
our
been really
Scary Farm
cool if
video-
Dark Entities,
Go for it.
if Dark Entities would have done the special ops treatment.
Yes, I
That would
agree.
be fun.
Oh, that would have been dope.
That would have, yeah. We have
Yeah.
like shooting maze where we're shooting aliens. That would be fun.
Aliens, bro. That just brings all my alien like freaking fantasies to life and everything. Be like, bro, let's do this,
Yep.
They put that in Bloodline and then they got rid of it this year, Thomas. Just to let you know.
bro.
Oh, that's right. There was like a shooter with
Yeah.
like vampires
There's
last
no
year,
more.
right?
There's no more shooter. There's no more.
No
bang,
more
bang, bang,
shooter, and they still need to fix it up. So, yeah,
All right.
we didn't go through that when we went, but so in our video, because we're not the biggest fans of Dark Entities,
bang.
we walked through it.
Uncle,
and,
did that one? We have to be careful. Did John
Oh.
Cook also do that one?
No, that one's been there forever. I
Yeah.
don't think
So
it was
is
him.
so is John
Dark
Cook.
Entities can suck it.
So we walk in there and we're like, all right, we're about to go through Dark Entities. And I didn't put any clips because unfortunately, no scare actors at the time we went. And so all I could have posted was the little animatronics like moving to the side and shaking like crazy. And so there's literally no scenes from Dark Entities in there in our
That's-
video, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what we said goodbye to. But we said hello to another one that we haven't talked about yet.
Didn't we already talk about this?
Did we talk about
We
this?
We literally
didn't really
talked about
talk
this.
about it.
Okay.
Josue and I
Zaragoza
talked about it. We had a whole
Nah.
conversation. Me and Jose had a whole conversation about it.
Okay,
Listen,
This is
check
turning
it
out
out.
very
My
circular,
only
guys.
thing, my
This is
only
why I'm
thing-
champion. You're not okay. This is why.
My only thing
Oh,
about
damn.
this maze is they got to add more scare actors.
Really?
Nah,
We
bro.
didn't have enough.
That's
scare-
not the issue with this maze. The issue with this maze is they need to have an actual audio template for this damn maze.
wait.
Not
Oh,
the same
that
song on
song-
repeat
that
the
song that
entire
just kept
maze.
repeating? Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Like, give
Oh.
me like put radios in the rooms. Let me hear radio reports of things going rapid in the streets with the devil's elixir. Let me hear like freaking chef and noises when I go into the kitchen of like knives and pots and pans moving everywhere.
Right.
Like simple things, like not the same music, the same two bass notes for like the entire
Not just
goddamn
boom,
maze.
boom,
Dum,
boom.
dum. That's all I heard throughout the entire maze. So yeah, there's a few things adjusted in room 13. I still think it's a very strong maze and it has a lot of potential. I did hear that the audio was an issue. I think midway through creating that audio, the guy actually got hired to do another project for another theme park, so he up and kind of left.
Oh.
So whatever they had finished was just that piece, so they just use that. So I'm hoping next year they'll maybe take that into consideration of putting some more work into the audio design for room 13 and kind of giving it a little soft reboot, but you know, still the roots of things.
Well, you know
so, yeah.
who's always got the best audio design?
John Cook.
Slash.
Oh,
Oh.
No, John Cook. John Cook is the right answer. I don't know what you're talking about here.
John Cook's the only answer.
John Cook was in a band.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, right?
He
Yeah.
was. I don't know. I'm
Well,
Well, how,
assuming he
how do we
is.
get John Cook voted president?
Well, I'd vote for him.
With the
I really would.
And he just does a maze treatment for the entire United States.
Bro, he probably would
at the
solve
gym,
it all
just
right there.
crushing skulls.
I don't want to
Politics
know
is
what that
maze
maze would
treatment.
look like. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of canceling, I don't know. I was just thinking United
Speaking of
States.
canceling,
We're
Oh my God, this has been
Uh,
real,
like
guys. It's been a
canceled.
fun time. I'm so glad we brought back the show. Canceled. All right.
Um,
Have a great night, everybody.
But there was a show brought back, and that was
Oh.
the Hanging.
I see what
Yes.
you did there. I
This
see what
year.
you did there.
All right. What do we have to say about this show?
It's pretty good.
You liked it?
I liked it.
I had fun with it.
It's very campy.
Yeah.
It's very campy. Funny because Camp Snoopy.
I think they were trying to make fun of cancel culture community without trying to make fun of cancel culture community.
For sure, but
Like,
I
they
feel
were
like
really
they tried
stepping on,
way too
but
hard.
They did.
yeah, I agree. They
But
really kind of dipped their toes in a lot, but then they just now we're good.
Exactly.
I appreciate that they roasted themselves with the whole bag policy.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I
The whole
like
security thing is great.
I liked all the theme park jokes that they did, but I agree with you, Zaragos. They didn't go all the way with like the jokes. They would just stop. Like they went with like safe jokes, even though at the beginning they said, "Hey, everyone's gonna get offended, so just be warned when you come in, you're gonna be offended." But then the jokes they used were like 2018 jokes and stuff like that. Like, okay, spoilers alert to some of you.
Spoilers for an
the
event
event's
that's
over.
been done for months.
I can go see it right now.
So
I'm gonna watch it on my YouTube page right now. Go ahead and watch it.
a Karen gets hung and Elon Musk gets hung. Okay.
That's cheap.
Oh no, only Karen got hung. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was only that's true. Elon Musk got out of it somehow. A Karen got hung at the end.
That's
So-
it?
Yes.
For all of 2023, a Karen?
Yes. That was
That's funny.
their-
They hung her with a Nobu necklace, though. Come on.
that was cool with
The
the
what
with
necklace?
The
Thomas
no
doesn't
boo
know.
necklace.
So that was the big thing this season. They were selling what was called a Nobu necklace, and essentially a Nobu necklace was a necklace that you can wear to Not Scary Farm, and they cannot scare you through the scare zones only, but it's free game in the mazes. They were supposed to abide by a lot of those this year, but a lot of them were just like using them to scare with people. I saw a lot of scare actors wearing Nobu necklaces as they were scaring, so no one took it serious.
Amazing. No, that
It
sounds
was a great year.
sounds like it's trying to bring children. I don't like
That's
that.
one way to look at it right there. I always thought the hanking was so funny because it's cringe.
It is cringe,
It
but
is
like the
cringe.
best kind of cringe.
Yeah, no, Grimace
No, they
and
didn't
Black
take a shot
Panther
at
fighting
Fantastic.
was the best. I remember that.
Well,
They
so
did take a
this
shot at
year
Fantastic.
they focused on making fun of the theme parks. They focused on making fun of Universal for the wristband, the Super Mario wristbands.
Oh.
They made fun of the dragon in Fantasmic catching on
burning.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did that. And then they made fun of their bag policy. All of their theme park jokes were great. If they just kept doing those, I think it would have been a major, major hit.
Yeah, they did a Squid Game joke early on, and I was like,
God,
Yeah.
I was like, yikes, that's
it's like, ugh.
that's not
2020
so-
hit.
We're still
Yeah.
talking about Squid
That
Game.
show
That is very
at
grim.
Scary Farm this year was Music Monsters and Mayhem.
Yeah, see, we didn't get to do that.
I
And
see it.
Was that the one that people were like getting upset about or whatever, like the religious people?
Why were they getting upset at it?
There was they do
something we have to talk
some
about
drag in the show.
I
There was some
don't
drag in
know.
the show, and some people
Honestly,
were
those
upset
people
about
are
it.
upset because they can't do it. They just
Yeah.
can't.
But
They
they
don't
haters 'cause
have
they
the
hate us.
ability
Because-
to vogue, and because they can't do
Listen.
it, they are jealous.
What was said about it was very over the top. If anyone actually saw it, I have the full video on my channel, so if you want to go see it, it's really cool. But they actually pay a good tribute to the 50 years of Not Scary Farm between all the people who've ever done shows there, like Elvira, Sinister Seymour, all these people who've done shows there, to like some of the greatest mazes that have ever been there. It's just a dance show. It's nothing more, nothing less. It was just a dance show honoring the 50 years of Not Scary Farm. They got mad because one of the hosts dressed as Elvira, and they thought, was like, and the host was a man and he dressed as Elvira, so that's why they got mad. I thought it was hilarious. He was a great host.
I'll have you know, there's a little movie about dancing and how controversial it can be. So
Are we about to do 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon right now?
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
Did Pump It Up not? Was Pump It Up
Bacon.
not there this year?
It got replaced.
Oh,
No.
No, that's what
Puppet Up.
Music Monsters and Mayhem was. Pup It Up was phenomenal. That was one of my favorites too.
all right.
Which you can
Carnival
still
Blues
catch
Fest is always
at,
good too.
I'm trying to remember where you can still catch it. You can catch it at
The Jim Henson.
At
Jim Henson
the Jim
Theater.
Henson Theater. Yeah.
They do
It's
like,
really
they do like a
pricey though,
couple
I'll
shows
be
during
honest
the
with
summer.
you. It's pricey though.
is
It's
it the
pricey.
same? Is it the same length as like the Knott's one?
I think
Yeah,
they
because
I think
it's
they're a
Brian
little bit
Henson.
longer
It's
and they
his
can do a little bit more.
I feel like, yeah, they can make it long and more explicit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably. So yeah, overall, not Scary Farm. I mean, hey, the 50th, they kind of killed it. And
Yeah.
merch, they killed it with merch. That's for sure. They very
Dude,
much
we bought so much merch this year. Like I bought the statue, the lantern. I bought shirts, pins. Like we went crazy with it, and we knew we were going to, but it was all worth it. I got the cup. I think I have the cup right here, actually. I do.
Wow. Nice.
50th cup.
Oh, that's a nice canteen.
That's a canteen, not
Yeah.
a cup, brother.
Rob, I had to highlight this
It's up in my
because
hands.
your dancing skills at Midsummer Scream were incredible. So I don't know
That's
what
true.
to talk about.
Well, Rob's a
I
legend.
do remember seeing those clips.
Oh, that was so fun.
Him and
Dancing
Barry
with
and
Bob
Yes.
Gurr, that
Rob's a
was
legend.
epic.
Rob can
Dancing
dance.
with Bob and Bob Gurr. I mean,
Put it on your
Hey,
bucket list.
Robbie Claus is coming pretty soon.
it was so epic. So
All right,
now
wrap
it's
up
time
Knotts. We gotta keep going.
to move on
Yes.
to another event, an event that a lot of you guys here in the chat very much know us for going to all the freaking time because we love it.
Oh yeah, Oogie Boogie Bash. Oh,
Oh, bro, I thought you were gonna talk about
Halloween
Adventure Dome at
Horror
University.
Night. 2023. Whoa. What a year for this event. What a year for crowd, can I say, of just the
dude.
capacity this year.
That was the first
Insanity.
time in the history of this event that I have. We went twice. We went that opening night, and then we went for RIP. The
Yeah.
night we went RIP, I had never seen this out of all the years I've been to Horror Nights since 2011. I had never seen this. We actually saw team members have to turn away people because their line was at point what they said full capacity. I have never seen that out of all
Or
the
like
years that I've gone to Halloween Horror
the
Nights.
houses.
And that was for The
What
Last
were
of
the
Us.
what were the big
Oh, for
tickets?
The
We
Last
had
of Us,
Stranger Things.
Mhm.
We had
The Last of
The
Us.
Last of Us.
what else?
Exorcist Believer.
Chucky. People
Exorcist,
freaking love
Chucky.
Chucky.
Exorcist was like a long line.
Yeah.
Everything
Everything was a long
Yeah,
line.
everything in the lower lot was very, very long. That was the ones that never really changed throughout the night unless you were there till 2 a.m., like the final hour of the night. You could
Yeah,
probably
maybe at
get
that point you just buy your ticket for like the last couple of hours. You just like show up at midnight.
Dude, at this point, I've said it before a lot. You can't do Halloween Horror Nights this year unless minimum ticket you have is front of the line, and even then,
Mm-hmm.
it's a risk.
It was
or you go multiple nights.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you got
But
a
they didn't do
general,
that this year, right? They didn't do the frequent fear pass.
yes, they did. I
did.
had it, but still, like you couldn't get everything done. I went one night with my friends, and we did get everything done, but it's because we paid for the. Oh no, we didn't even pay for the early entry. It's because we went to Chucky first. Because everyone goes to the lower lot first, because everyone wants to do the Stranger Things and The Last of Us.
The game has changed.
Yeah, the games change. Your guys' do's and don'ts, or the
Flooded
game
now.
plan.
Our
has changed.
HHN game plan. We have
Well,
to.
it's because someone posted it on TikTok and it got like 3 million views.
Yeah, TikTok.
And
Damn
that's
TikTok.
where it really blew up. Is like
Damn TikTok. It's taking our business.
damn TikTok.
TikTok.
But yeah, let's talk about some of the houses. Starting off with
Oh yeah.
Universal
It was
Monsters
mid.
Unmasked. Now Zaragoza is saying mid, which is kind of crazy because I think it just won Best House of the Year. It was either that or Monstros.
It did.
Yeah, if you go to Twitter, one of
No.
them just won. I don't know which one just won, but one of them did.
Unmasked. Unmasked was
Monstros, bro.
Yeah. Look, I'm
having hard trouble believing that.
Good house. I really enjoyed it. The scares were pretty awesome. The one Hunchback of Notre Dame one where he's dropping the water on top, or the big, I don't know, like the big gauntlet of whatever, boiling
A
water.
pot.
When he's dropping it on you, that was amazing. I saw my Invisible Man. I was so happy. That was all that I needed to see. And the final scare was incredible with the stilt walker coming at you, and then the double scare on the side. Incredible.
Tony.
Well, I know that right now it's between Universal Monsters and Monstros, and if everybody wants to go vote on X, Miss
It's
E, yes.
Monstros.
Okay. So Universal Monsters was really, really awesome, but I kept getting bad runs where every time we went, he would get all the scares, and then I wouldn't ever see any scare actors.
Damn,
and I'm
Tim,
Cauldron,
not a gentleman.
so, but I mean, I did eventually get a good run, but I have to say, comparing it to Florida, I prefer Florida Universal Monsters because the sets in there were so crazy. That actually was my favorite maze of all Florida. Was Universal Monsters, and with the facade, it was raining, like actually drizzling, raining on you, and it was crazy. And then they had like such huge sets that I just feel like it. They kind of won on Universal Monsters.
Jealousy.
Yeah,
But it was also all about French culture.
Well, yeah. So they both started in different areas. I mean, Orlando started in the streets of Paris. You're going into more like sewers than the actual catacombs. And the Invisible Man is beating up a police officer while it's raining on top of you, which is
Invisible Man is eating a police.
beating.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
Yeah,
So cool.
it was like so. That was really cool. They
It's
did
The
that.
Walking Dead, Thomas.
I know.
See,
That's why I was like, "What just happened?"
I'm with Tony on this. Honestly, I think
Wow.
it was
No.
mid.
Yeah,
I think
you
it
know,
was mid.
I listen.
Compared to all the
For me-
other Universal Monsters mazes, this is probably on the bottom of my list.
Yeah,
I
me
put
too.
Frankenstein
No,
versus
and
the Wolfman at the bottom.
what?
What'd
Yeah.
you put at the bottom?
Frankenstein
No,
versus
because I
the
remember.
Wolfman.
I remember one thing that
Yeah.
I remember one thing that you
How
guys
did
all
that
agreed on.
bottom?
Hold on. What I remember what you guys all agreed on was that this was Slash's like weakest music selection.
No, I think his weakest was for Frankenstein versus the Wolfman.
Oh my god!
He only did the gypsy
Oh
song.
my
He only did the gypsy
God.
song for Frankenstein
I
versus
swear,
the
are we
Wolfman.
hearing this right now?
Dude,
I
what is-
didn't go through it, and I know that's
You are
wrong.
arm's length right now if I swear to
He
slap
literally
him.
just
You
did
can
the-
do that for me right now.
Am I wrong? He did one song. He did one song for them compared to all the other mazes. He did multiple songs.
Sure.
So that's why I'm just going based off of
Listen, okay.
quantity and like
This is why
quality.
for me with the maze this year, it was mid because every other maze this year was decorated so well.
Yep.
And then you go into this maze, and it's like they kind of just threw it together at like this was the last thing they had to throw together. And I'm just like, okay, but there's so much more you could have done with this. Like we could have actually did more scenes inside the opera house. Like I would love to have seen like a burned down opera house or something like that. Like there could have been so much, and there was like too much black walls. And I'm just like, this event for 2023 was almost a perfect event, and then this maze was like, oh, black walls. Yeah, I forgot that's a thing.
I just don't get it. Like, what was the whole point? Like, I get they're in the catacombs, and like you said, I wish they had done more with the catacombs. But like, it's like they're underground.
But you gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to the audio.
But and that's the thing too. The audio sucked.
Oh, I
The
heard
audio
you
was
go,
bad.
you go from the
The lady
catacombs.
was like, "Let me tell you," and then you, and furthermore,
They
I'm
all
just
had
like,
bad
all right,
ones.
cool, whatever.
And then all you hear is, oh, doctor.
You go from the catacombs because that's where the Phantom is hiding now, because everyone's after him for. I think he ends up killing the one girl,
Christine.
Yeah, Christine. Yeah, he kills Christine. And then you go out of the catacombs, and while you're walking towards where what's his name is hiding, Dr. Jekyll, where he's hiding.
He was
in his
British.
laboratories.
I don't know why Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are attached to a
You got a really good deal on a down payment for the catacombs.
Oh, did he now?
He's on
Did
the
he?
run also. That's the whole thing.
Buy
You
one,
hear
get
it,
one,
you hear
bro.
it.
That's what the ladies
Man,
say.
those Cyber Monday deals, you know.
And I agree with Hellhound Hunt says here. They did do the Invisible Man dirty because it is just he's used as like a
Okay,
segue.
He's just there.
They
Listen,
use the exact same scene that they use.
Realistically, Catacombs, and he's just like,
what more do you want from the Invisible Man? There's not much you can do
No,
with
right,
a physical
Well,
actor.
okay.
they just had him beat a cop, and Art's
Yeah.
just going,
and then in Orlando they had a room full of like robes, I believe. I remember there was robes, and then some of them were the Invisible Man, and they would jump out at you, kind of thing.
see?
Yeah, that was
Why
kinda
do we
cool.
get fucking
Okay.
bobblehead Invisible Man?
We could do that.
Hey, he did a good
At least
job.
do some
all right? It was
Ghostbusters effects. Like Ghostbusters. Oh,
Hell
Ghostbusters
yeah, he
2019
did.
had some of the best
Between-
effects I've ever
between-
seen with ghosts.
Okay, 2018 and 2019 were at such a high tier that they have not been able to reach
Oh.
since. So let's not even like let's try to compare to something that we can. Let's try to compare to like I don't know 2017 then if we're gonna talk about different properties.
Well, anyways, I still like Unmasked. It seems like the masses also do because they got second place for House of the Year. So,
I don't understand that, but okay.
but let's move on to another house. Stranger Things.
Oh boy, I want to hear about this.
Mm.
I want to hear about this.
That's what you want to start this one?
Yeah. Not as mid as the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Not as mid as but don't hold on. Don't get excited now. Don't get excited now. Don't get it twisted. It was way better than the previous Stranger Things houses, but after seeing what Orlando did, I was like,
Oh my God, Orlando was pretty epic.
really cool scenes. There was a scene that was like super cool, but also was kind of like, okay, why is this here? Other than to transition us from one place to another. But like overall, the scares are pretty good. I like that, now that the kids are older, they can actually use actors to portray the kids. So it was actually really cool to see 11 go, whoa. So
Yeah,
that was the
that
good
guy
one.
looked awesome too.
Yeah,
Vecna,
dude,
they did really
Vecna
well.
was
on
pretty
Vecna.
solid.
Yeah, they did really well on Vecna. But like how Hidden said right here, the biggest missed opportunity was not having Eddie playing Master of Puppets in the maze.
Yep.
Or have
That hurt me.
running up the hill.
Because they had it in Orlando. They had Eddie.
They had the music of the
standing on the
They
RV
put
with
the
Dustin.
Weekend in that maze last year. They could have at least done me a solid and put Master of Puppets in this maze this year.
That's what
Because-
I'm saying.
We've been
I mean,
asking
they
for
have the right
Metallica
to
for years
because
now.
Orlando did it. Orlando literally did the scene, and they're fighting off.
Can we have a can we talk
big,
about how
like,
Japan got a weekend maze this year?
Well,
We had a
they
weekend
did.
maze last
They
year,
had
so
to- and they had to catch
I
up.
know, but it was supposed to be what we were supposed to get as a sequel for a weekend
Oh.
maze.
Oh wait, they got the sequel?
They got Dawn FM, I think.
They got Weekend 2
Oh,
Electric
wow.
Boogaloo?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
Well,
Japan
I'm just gonna
popping now,
say
bro.
that because we're talking about the kids getting older, that I saw Gaten Matarazzo as Toby in Sweeney Todd, and you know what? He's a pretty decent singer. That's all I'm gonna say.
I did see that he was advertising that all like when the strike was going on. That's what he was doing. Good for him.
Just gonna brag a little bit
Keep it a
about
little
that.
working.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
But
continue.
hey, you know what?
Did you get an autograph though?
No, that felt weird.
Nah, they didn't
People
really have
were
to hire
doing
no
that. They were
names.
like waiting at
Trash.
the end of. They were like waiting at the end of the show for like the actors to come out and sign their
Mr. Williams,
playlists.
how do I know
Were
you just
you-
walked by the trash
Were
can
you
and picked that
there
up?
when they did the auction for the blade? Did you see that?
No,
Oh my god, they auctioned off one of
the
Sweeney
yeah,
Todd blades, and I
Uh-huh.
think it sold for like $5,000. Like they did a
That
live
sounds about
auction
right.
at the freaking
that sounds about right.
like show. It was nuts. But yeah, I mean they did well. I think Orlando did a
Yeah, it
little
was-
bit better.
I
let's
will
see
say
what-
this was better than the last time we got a Stranger Things. So
Oh, Missy, yes.
Speaking of Gaten, when we were in Florida,
Yeah.
we swear to God it was Gaten that was in the Master of Puppets scene because we were like looking and we're like, is that actually Dustin? Like genuinely thought it was Gaten up there.
He's got to keep busy.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell,
Hey, bro.
New York to Orlando. It's not that long of a flight.
Yeah. Also, my little 2 cents about Stranger Things is I felt like both of them were strong in certain aspects, but I do feel like ours kind of ended abruptly. It was like we were in the snowball and then we were done. You know what I mean?
we were in the dance, like
Like
the
the
formal snowball.
And 11 was fighting Vecna.
That's
and Fate
right.
Max.
And it was a hallway.
It was a hallway, and then we were done. There was no like
That is a
finale
good point.
ending. So
Very true. That was great. Great point. Great point. Anything else about Stranger Things?
That was good. It was a good. I'm glad they improved since the last time they done Stranger Things because the last one was
mid. It wasn't.
It was mid, but not as
Improvement,
it had
though.
been mid.
Improvement. Yeah.
It was like
improvement.
mid plus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next
Eddie
up,
Munson was in it, so that's all that matters.
The Exorcist.
Okay.
Believer.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it with this. I'm gonna start it with this. The Maze was better than the movie.
The Maze was better than the movie. I haven't seen the movie.
I refuse to see the movie.
It's literally like Halloween ends with the whole.
Oh,
We're not gonna do the scary
Ew.
until 15 minutes. Yeah, and I'm just like David Gordon Green. Stop making horror movies.
Yeah. It's. I haven't seen the movie. I heard it was bad. This maze, however, or this house, not too bad. Not too bad.
It's on
It was-
Peacock.
Oh, it's on Peacock now. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Peacock with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, that movie though.
That's solid.
HHN 2024, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really? I think we saw
Howling
it.
Hour says The Exorcist was the scariest house at HHN this year.
Agreed.
Wow.
Agreed.
That is.
Agreed.
That could
I have to
be.
agree.
Okay.
No,
Well, then
it
here
was
I would pose a
scary as
question to
hell.
all of you because I remember when we did The Exorcist back in 2016. How does it compare there?
This is the
The
Exorcist.
actual Exorcist movie. Exorcist Maze.
I think this one was scarier, actually.
This one was scarier because they had more to play off of. We
Okay.
went to
Mhm.
different places. We had different smells. It wasn't just one repetitive room going over
was
and over and
Repetitive
over.
Pazuzu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
This
was.
movie even looked different this time around, actually.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was good. The Orlando one was scarier, which is nuts to say. That was freaking scary. That one, I actually was like shaking afterwards. I've never had that happen to me before in like a house. I was shaking.
It had the
Gave me the heebie-jeebies. But yeah, I mean, Exorcist Believer, it was solid. Had some really good scares. Scarier and smelled worse this year. That's what the Howling Hour said. Yeah,
Dude, that maze was stinky.
It was some stinky.
As stinky as
Stinky.
American Horror Story.
Oh no, nothing compared to that, dude. That was top
That
tier
was nasty.
stink. That was
nasty.
that was stank.
That was real bad.
This
That was
was
stinky.
That was
No, that
stank.
was stink.
Okay.
It was
All right,
bad.
that's
Yeah.
fair. That
Yeah.
there's a difference.
This one, there was
Okay.
like it's one scene you're like walking through a little
the horse.
the farm. It's like the lamb, like the dead lamb and whatever. Like you're walking by like a barn.
The horse's
where kids
stable.
are hiding,
in the horse's
Oh.
stable. Yeah.
and it's stanky.
And it smells stinky. American Horror Story. Smelled like somebody
Yeah.
was using it as a latrine.
They didn't change the baby. They
Dang.
didn't
You're
change the
gonna
baby.
die in there.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The last.
There you
one.
go. All right. I don't want to hear anybody
Wow.
else. I don't want to hear anybody but Missy. I don't want to hear anybody but Missy.
Missy,
No
you
one
can
else's
take over on
opinion
this
matters
one.
but Missy. I want to hear it.
I'm here. Do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, start.
Okay.
No one else's opinion matters.
Okay.
Wow,
So
thanks.
just to preface, if anybody doesn't know, Last of Us is like my all-time favorite video game. It has been since it came out. I've followed the whole thing. Love it. Love it. This was a dream house for me. I never thought we were going to get it. And I told Mr. E this year before it was announced, I'm like, we're not going to get it. I just don't think we could get the rights. I land on a flight one day and I open my phone up after I get off the airplane and boom, we got the freaking announcement. So it was so exciting. And so obviously we had to go to Orlando because we were debating if we were going to go or not. And then I was like, nope, Last of Us, we have to go. Like, I cannot miss this. So now comparing the two, I would have to say that Hollywood was for the fans. And Florida was more like, if you don't know about the video game, You could still enjoy it. You only know, okay, there's some zombies and it's an apocalypse. But Hollywood blew it out of the park. I could not say any better things about it. It was everything from the very beginning, where they had Joel and Ellie right out at the front saying their little, their banter with the pun book. I was literally like sitting there, like trying not to tear up because I was so excited. And then we had our reaction walkthrough with Josue and I, and it was just like they hit so many Easter eggs with Ish. They had the tank, and they had the bullet holes going through where the tank was coming after you. They had Molotovs. They had they had the generator. And my one thing when I went to Florida was I wish there was more Joel and Ellie, because I feel like they weren't the focal point. There was only, I think, 2 pairs of them in the whole movie. And ours, we had like 5. It was so amazing. It's like, I can't believe that it happened, and I'm really sad that it's gone because I don't think we're going to get it back.
Hey, there is a Last of Us Part 2.
I know.
It'll get remastered for the PlayStation 5.
So not the boat scene,
I
but
just think the best part was that they actually like brought back Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker to like do some of the voiceover for it. Like,
so here's the fun part of opening night for me, right?
Oh,
I'm waiting to get in the park, in the press area where we all were checking in and stuff, right? I'm just waiting, chilling, just waiting. All of a sudden, I see this tall, skinny figure walk towards me.
I like how you're already like getting an accent.
It was Troy Baker, right? And he goes and signs some stuff, right? And then he's gonna go into the theater, go down the red carpet. But before he does that, I stop him. I go, Mr. Baker, I just want to say thank you for all you've done for my childhood and what you continue to do for my adulthood. You've played some of the most iconic characters, and I will never forget them. And he goes, wow, man, thank you. I really appreciate that. Shakes my hand, walks away. I was like,
wow.
Just met Joel and the Joker and Nathan Drake's brother and a handful of other characters.
When we were in the media check-in, I did see Neil Druckmann, but he was walking so fast, and I kind of was like a deer. I was like, I don't know if I can.
I was trying to get a picture of her with him,
and I was like, I don't think I can do this, man. I don't think I can. I was freaking out, and I saw Troy Baker like in the distance, but I never got to like actually see him. Mostly because I was too scared to go up. I literally have on my notes like what to say if I ever meet Neil Druckmann or
Troy Baker or Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson. If I ever met Ashley Johnson, I'd be on the floor. There would be no words. I'd just be on the floor. I love her so much. But yeah, it was so amazing. I'm so happy that we got it.
Yay.
You think Josue?
It was mid. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Congratulations on that legal loophole, capitalizing on the show, even though they used the video game rights.
Oh man, dude, this maze was phenomenal. I too am a very big fan. Probably not as big as a fan, but I too am a big fan of this maze. And I think I can speak for both of us when I said we fangirled the hell out of this maze, just walking through it. You guys can watch our walkthrough on TLEV.
On the channel.
Yeah, go watch that. Come back.
Shameless
Actually,
plug.
no, don't do that. Stay here, then go watch it. But oh my god,
watch it right now.
So much fun. It was just everything that I could have wanted in a The Last of Us maze, all tightly wrapped up and handed to me. I don't know if I could. I mean, obviously, I could have wished for a longer maze, but what we got, I think, was phenomenal.
That was one thing that I was wondering, because when Murdy was tweeting about it before the event, he was saying that it was only going to be the Pittsburgh section. And I was like, that's very interesting that they're going to do that. But I feel like I kind of understand what they were trying to do, because if they really tried to jam pack the entire game into a maze, it would just be so like muddy and there would be no storyline. So that was another thing we were talking about, is the possibility of having different scenes. If they would have like the end, like the hospital and I forget what his name is, but like the cannibals, if they'd have those scenes, if they ever brought it back, if they didn't do the second part. I also was kind of sad that we didn't get a Sam and Henry.
Oh, really?
We didn't get a Sam and Henry, but we just didn't. It's just, I guess it didn't fit the storyline or something.
Yeah, you don't want to see that scene in the second part?
No, but just a little like, hey guys, anything. They were, yeah, like they were literally such a huge part of the Pittsburgh section.
I would have loved to see. I don't know which one's is Sam the little one or is Henry the little one.
Sam's the little one.
I would love to see like a Sam doll on top of Ellie, and she's running.
How you doing, Chucky?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which, speaking of Chucky, why don't you guys talk about Chucky?
Oh,
Chucky.
oh,
Ultimate kill count. This.
Impressed.
Oh, I love this
Is it
maze.
pissed or impressed?
I was impressed, actually.
Yeah.
I was not looking forward to this at all, and it really blew me away.
That's the right answer.
This
Have you
this
guys
may
been
suck.
like
This was the
watching the
worst. This-
show?
Universal Monsters
Oh.
is better.
it had nothing to do with the show.
Had nothing to do with the show.
It had nothing to do with the show.
Nah, it was
It
like
was
actually it was like a combination of like everything because there were some references to like the old movies and stuff. So
It's kind of like Chucky's going through like holiday seasons, and it's an animatronic version of Chucky, a bunch of them attacking people. It was
Wasn't that the Mark Hamill Chucky? Was the animatronics?
no, that was another guy, buddy.
No.
No, we don't talk about that movie.
All right.
He doesn't mean an actual.
you don't know about
Okay.
this, Thomas. This
You don't
house,
know. You don't
this
know.
house
No, I don't.
was as John Murdy said it himself, this was the mechanical engineering team's house. Like they took over this house and they made a bunch of Chuckies
Yeah, there's very little characters in this one.
Cool.
to just like attack scare actors essentially. And it was Small World gone wrong. It was so awesome. They
Yeah.
did such a good
I
they did
like
such a
that.
good job. And I remember hearing like some people were some of the engineers were a little worried that like the Chuckies wouldn't work all the time. I don't think I ever had a run where the Chuckies weren't working. I don't know if anybody watching right now had problems with that where the animatronics weren't working, but
Dude, they work too well.
props to them.
is not
They
working
worked
for
really
me.
well.
The shark is not working.
I especially like that one at the end where it blows up. The whole
Oh,
like you're walking
that
out,
was
it just
popping
blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Glendo one was like almost borderline realistic.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
That one was
It was
good.
nuts.
The
was
big
fun.
old Chucky, the big one,
Yeah.
the freaking 7 foot tall Chucky or whatever. The puppet one was insane.
Phenomenal.
They did it. I mean,
I'm
they
just
did a
saying,
great
dude,
job.
like about every maze they've put there in the past with that new location has been a banger. Just saying that right now.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, because last year was what you call it?
Scarecrow.
Yeah, Scarecrow. Oh my god.
I would say with like
Scarecrow was
Hill House,
so
but like
nice.
even Hill House had some moments where I was like, that wasn't too
Ew.
bad, but
Hill House was bozo money, dude.
it was.
But
But it had its moments.
That's a bad thing.
Wouldn't say it was
Nah,
the
it
best
was great.
maze, but it had its moments.
Hill House. was
Orlando
bozo.
one was better.
yeah, like Robert said, the giant Chucky at the end of the maze at one point touched me. Oh my god, and it touched him. Oh, it made me scared to death. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's
wow.
real.
That's well done. So yeah, Chucky was one of the best this year. Always a long wait for it because the Chucky fan base is insanely huge.
It's massive.
But another big hit this year,
Oh,
Yes, we have to talk about
the
months.
Monsters of Latin America. Sorry, I got cut off for some reason.
Latin America.
Monsters. This house this year, Monsters, was beautiful. It was a beautiful house. They killed it this year with the Latin America house. This is going to be like a tradition now at Hollywood where they're going to be using Latin American like folk tales, folklores.
I'm so glad. I feel like we live in such a cultural pocket, especially with Latin America, that like we should just go ahead and play on that, you know? Like
Absolutely.
they killed it this year. They used. You remember all the people they used? Josue? It was
Esteban,
Esteban.
Lalachusa, and Lalapucci.
So,
And
El Muerte was like that was their creation. So they made El Muerte. He's like the
Death. The
he's
embodiment of
deaf.
death.
He's deaf, and he's
Like
like
the
leading you
Crypt Keeper,
through.
yeah.
Yeah, he's leading you through the stories of these people.
This maze is what Universal Monsters should have been.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
first ever one?
I agree.
No.
No.
Gotcha.
It's like you mean like details and stuff like that?
Yeah,
right?
like
Yeah.
this was almost to the this was detailed almost like the very first Universal Monsters. Like it was that good,
It
and
was really detailed. Yeah.
you know,
I really want tacos after I went through it like bad. It was that freaking good.
Well,
Follow
you
it
can get
up.
the best tacos in all of the East Coast. Salem, Massachusetts.
No, it was good. Monsteros was fun. I think that
Monsters
especially the
was
giant animatronic
dude.
of oh my god, it was
Lalachusa
so
and
well
Esteban,
designed.
wild.
Again, using the
Yeah.
mechanical engineering.
Wild.
They're killing it this year. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
they are. They did a terrific job in this maze, and I always am so blown away of how much they can fit in such a small space. Like it is such
it was the
Parisian
Monsters
the
2018.
Parisian courtyard. Yeah.
So
That was good.
all this talk about mechanical engineering and stuff. 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Hit and put it right. Objectively, I think Monsters nailed every category of a legit quality maze.
Mm-hmm.
An original at that.
Yeah. Originals are always the best. It's just
But
be-
listen.
be real.
There was a maze earlier this year that we made a video about that we knew was coming to Horror Nights. We knew was reskinned. And that's Evil Dead.
Don't.
Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise.
Jeez, can we have like a wow? Okay, that's honestly the best
Maybe-
horror movie of the year. Evil
The
Dead
movie
Rise.
was great. I like that movie. That movie was great.
You haven't seen Thanksgiving yet, have you?
No, I have not.
That's
Thanksgiving
probably
was
not the
good.
best of the year,
Yeah,
but
did you see
With Eli Roth?
Thomas?
Yeah, it was a good slasher.
is that her?
I don't know what this is.
Yep, that was the mom right there. That's she's changed. Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, it worked as a house. It worked because we kind of knew, we had a feeling of what it was going to be from the year before. It was funny. Someone asked Murdy on the Behind the Screams tour, is this a revamp of Horror's Hotel? And he's like, no, those are two completely different mazes.
That's such a stupid
I'm like,
question.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
such
right.
a
Two
stupid
different ones.
question. What the hell
I
is
will
John
have
gonna
no
say?
slander on
No
Evil
slander.
Dead Rise. Two completely different mazes.
They are. They
Yes,
are. That's
yes,
a
no
very
slander.
stupid question.
But it worked. It was a good maze. It was a good house.
I
It
see that
was-
smug look on your face, Tony.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It
Yeah.
was whatever. I mean, it was good. I love the movie. The movie was phenomenal. A great start to the new future of Evil Dead. I think they did a great job. So I'm hoping to see more of those movies. But I don't know. It's just I know this was what it was originally supposed to be in 2022.
I know what you're talking
And then
about.
yeah, to kind of see it now to it what it is. It's just like okay, you just modernized everything, but it's still cool. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't anything to be like, oh, like this is the best maze ever. It was like, yeah, it was fun.
It's not.
It was fun. It was fun.
Another
Another
fun
fun
you're
one.
being a Johnny
it's fun.
Rain cloud over here, okay? So we're enjoying the fact that it was a different experience. How about that?
Very different experience.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Horror Hotel better.
Ooh. Yeah.
But that
Another
goes back
fun
to
one
like
this
Room
year.
13. I like those like old hotel-esque like mazes.
Okay. Understandable. Have a good day, sir. Understandable.
Another fun one this year. Holidays in Hell.
Always
Hey,
a
bro.
classic.
Always a banger.
As you can
That was
notice,
a
it
banger,
says,
bro.
It says an original major. It doesn't say music by Figure next to it. So they didn't really push the music by Figure this year, even though they still used the music.
Was it the
So
same?
I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know why they didn't put it on the poster, because this is the poster for this year.
So was it the same as it was in 2019?
It was the exact same thing. It was what they did with Killer Clowns. They just put everything kind of like it was like a mirror effect. If it was on this side 1 year, now it was on that side.
Yeah.
If my speculation might become true, if they do it again for a third year, I think that spot is going to be where they bring back old houses. I'm just saying, we've done it 2 years in a row now. It was
Killer
right.
Clowns.
Okay, so like I was kind of thinking about this the other day. You know how like Knott's still the 50th? Do we kind of know what year Horror Nights is on? Like, we don't really celebrate milestones. Do we celebrate those or no?
Well, so
every year is a celebration.
John came back.
Yeah, for real, it is.
2006, right? So
26 would be 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I
they'll
wonder if he
mention
calculates
something
after
when we come up
26.
to that year, like a special year. Maybe they'll announce something.
I think
But we don't really
I'm
do
gonna
it. We
make a
don't do
bold
it like
prediction.
Orlando. Yeah, we don't do it like Orlando.
I'll make a bold prediction here. Okay, 2026 will probably be John Murdy's retirement year. I think 20 years service, perfect.
Wow.
Speculation.
I would on a solid 20. I think that's a good way to end it. He's already moved to Ireland. You know, eventually he's going to start getting exhausted doing that schedule. It is an exhausting schedule as it is. He's got to stay up overnight to do just meetings alone. So I predict by 26. I think that's a good reasonable time to give him to do what he wants to do with those last 3 years, and then just retire with 20 years.
I don't know. I think he should do another 20.
And I wouldn't be mad.
I agree.
I don't. You're gonna kill the man.
I mean,
2046.
he's building a
I will
huge
bury
team right
him in
now.
one of the mazes.
He will become a
Hey,
prop.
See, 26 years ago, when? I guess it started in 1997. So
No, that's when we got it, and then there was an accident that happened that then we stopped doing it because remember the actors, our studio tour, our terror tram used to be that people were on the actual tram, and a scare actor got stuck in between the different cars and was
it was kind of like
ran
a people mover incident.
Yeah, and so they stopped.
They don't talk about this that much.
No, of course.
Why would they?
It's part of the history.
Ride the
That's why
terror
it left
tram
so
where
long.
somebody actually died.
So yeah, exactly. So when John he with what he did with the revamping of Revenge of the Mummy the ride, he then got into this new role as a creative director, and I think it's 2006. That's when he came on.
Yeah, returning. So it went on a hiatus from 2001 to 2005, and then it returned in 2006. Yep,
I know my shit.
you called it.
I know
You
my
called it.
shit.
Well done.
So
I
2026.
started going in 2010.
Slam it
What
down.
happened in
Tommy. Slam
2010?
it down.
I think Jose started. Was that the first year you started going, Jose? 2010.
No, 2008. Jose started
go-
going 2008.
2008.
Speaking of terror tram, our last thing.
Ew. So gross.
You
Yo,
don't like it?
okay.
The Larry
opinion
Darrell
here?
design is
Listen.
disgusting to me.
RIP experience was the best experience for the Terror Time.
Agreed.
Yeah. You do get that extra little maze, which is cool.
Dude, and you get the freaking photo op and the experience with the grabber from Black Phone. That was dope.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I think it was cool. I like that they're kind of bringing original characters again. Maybe the development of icons of our own.
Yeah.
Hollywood Harry. Now we got Larry Larva.
Well, Mr. E and
No.
Miss E, what I ask is how did this compare to last year's in Orlando? I think it was Exterminators.
Bugs eating
Bugs,
or Bugs
yes,
Alive.
yes.
Or
How
Bugs
did that
Eating
compare?
Alive.
Because to me, it seems like the idea is very similar.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way you can compare it because I didn't like Bugs Eating Alive, even though people love that in Orlando. I didn't care for it.
No, you can't. I've seen footage of that. There's just no comparing that. Like that
It's
was
not the same thing.
like
How does
this
it
was
compare to
completely different.
Orlando's terror tram? Oh wait, they don't got one.
The only problem is the track
So it's still gonna
for the
move every
Terror
show, though.
Tram is getting a little old, so they got to change it up a little bit.
What path was it this time?
Same one as
Same
last
Oh,
time.
we don't
where
go
it was
behind the hills
you
anymore,
end-
huh?
No, you
Nah.
end at
I miss that, bro. When they had
Jupiter's
Walking Dead,
Claim.
that thing slapped.
That was
You end
good.
at Jupiter's Claim, and they have the tethered there still.
Oh, so it's just it's the entire exterminators and then and now you're in Nope.
essentially like you'll have Larry Larva like started
The
off.
bugs unleash
Nope,
you. Oh, by the
us.
way, Jordan Peele.
There is like there's like a mini maze, like a mini scare box thing that they set up.
Yeah, that was
you
cool.
walk through. That was
For
cool.
the RIP, that was dope.
A little mad they put it behind the RIP price, but it is
Yeah.
a really cool experience.
Well, but then they also had the
No, it was
little.
dope.
They had that little thing though, where you walk in and then there's that one stilt walker and stuff like that. I don't even know what you call it. That one hall scene right before the chainsaws and you're going across to Jupiter's Claim. There's that big hall that had like scare actors in it.
Sure.
Remember that?
Sure.
Yeah, the hatchery. Yeah, the hatchery. So they had grubs. Yes, the hatchery. They
The
had grubs.
hatchling slasher. That's right.
Yeah.
The hash slinging, the flash blinging, the
Crash
rat
banging.
dinging.
But yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was like, I don't know.
I'll say this: like, I didn't get to go to Horror Nights a lot this year. I did twice because crowds are just too much for me now.
Horror
There,
Nights crowd was insane this year. It was pretty.
but
We went 4
we
times this
finally got to do
year.
the RIP this year. And I will say, as a fan, a longtime fan of the event, RIP is so worth it, dude. Like, you get your own line for every maze. So, like, literally, people waiting 2 hours in The Last of Us. I walked in The Last of Us within 5 minutes. Like,
that's pretty awesome.
It's so amazing. The all-you-can-eat buffet was awesome. We got, like, free drinks out all night, like sodas, waters, everything. Like, I can't wait to go do the actual VIP experience during the day. I've always still wanted to do that. But to kind of get to do the RIP experience, to have that, like, tour guide to take us through every single house and everything, like, that was really cool. Like, I suggest if you guys ever get the chance to do it, or if you guys been wanting to do it, like, pull the trigger and do it. It is awesome. This is such a good experience.
Did you have a group that like wanted to go on the rides and stuff like that? Because I've heard issue is like people who like, I want to go do the ride. So then like you have to make a group decision of.
No, yeah, for us it was just mazes. So
good group.
Yeah.
Can I say a hot take right now?
Ooh, hot take.
So, you know, in talks about how packed Universal's been and everything, like I definitely think everybody should get an opportunity to come and enjoy this event because that community is what makes it so great.
Yes.
But stop overselling Universal. You're selling too many tickets. You can't be that money hungry.
I literally, like, okay, like if I'm gonna go to Universal and pay that much money and then go through all these mazes, I better expect them to be all around the same quality. Not everything the same quality, and then Universal Monsters is the majority of the black walls. I'm like, what am I paying all this money for now, dude? Like that kind of like, I'm paying all this money and like, really? Come on. Like I get it. It's stressful. There's things that happen, but
you should at least have the opportunity to get half the mazes done. There've been so many through many forums that I've been, trying to keep them up to date and everything. I've read about so many people that paid, whatever price that they paid to get into Horror Nights and only did 2 mazes the entire night.
That's not
yeah, dude. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks this year. Like, yeah, you get general admission and like you spend most of your night in freaking Stranger Things and The Last of Us, and then it's already freaking 1:00 in the morning. You're like, what the hell? I didn't get to even go on the top to see what was going on up there.
Or
like, yeah, I agree with you.
Fact that you have to pay for early entry now.
I don't like
that either.
Unfortunate.
That was a huge slap in the face.
Yeah.
Let's pin like for right now. Let's like I think we should start wrapping it up. So why don't we just say like what's everybody's favorite thing about
the
haunt season in general for this year?
Something we didn't talk about. Watching Megan dance.
Oh, we didn't get to do that. So we never did that.
I did that. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the robot?
The Purge show, and then the Blumhouse behind the scenes. We didn't do those this year.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do them?
because there was the behind the scenes thing was like a 60-minute wait, and I heard from people it's not worth 60-minute wait. Every time
Really,
It's sounding
like
too negative.
10
Positive.
yeah. Okay, yeah, positive. This year, I think 2023 was strong for a lot of the events this year, mainly for Knott's and Horror Nights. The crowds were there. The scare actors were absolutely killing it this year for all the events that we went to. And I think a big highlight of those two events is they went more days this year than they have in a long time. And the scare actors still gave 100% throughout every single night. And big thank you to you guys, big props, because you guys are the ones who make it run. And being able to see like the final night of Horror Nights and seeing them all celebrate gave me chills. It was so amazing just to see how much excitement and how much love they have for the event. And so 2023 was a strong year. What about you guys? What do you think?
Yeah, very strong year. Enjoyed it a lot everywhere we went. It was awesome. I can't wait to see what happens for 2024. Keep the momentum going, because I don't want this to just be a 1-year thing and then we go back to going back to the basics. I want to keep the momentum going. So let's keep it going, man. You guys, it's only getting better from here. Let's see what let's pave a new history for the next 50 years for the next generation of Not Scary Farm. Let's continue to build the best and the brightest for Halloween Horror Nights. Let's continue to up our game at Six Flags. All these haunts, man. I just want to see what's the next step, what's the next level. That's always what I'm looking forward to.
I love it.
Yeah, I think I can sit here and nitpick about everything that happens at these haunts, and that's just something that as a community we do. We'll always find something to complain about because we're so insatiable. We are so insatiable. We want more. But that being said, this year was truly amazing, and we are always beyond blessed to get everything that we get. And again, like you guys have been saying, a huge thank you to everybody who put in the hours, who put in the time, who put in the effort to make this haunt season what it was. Because without you guys, we wouldn't be here talking, having these opinions, being able to do what we do. This was an extraordinary year. There were some amazing mazes. Cinema slasher. My heart goes out to you. John Cook, please don't annihilate me in my sleep. Thank you.
There we go. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we are going to leave it for this year's 2023 review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back. The TLEV show is back, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be some days you'll only see.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do it all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll see some of us here, and then sometimes you'll see the whole group, and that's how we do it here at TLEV. We love being here for you guys, and we enjoy being in front of the camera to make you guys happy for just a little bit, like almost 2 hours today. We try to do that. It's good to see you guys. I hope we do this again.
We should.
So
thank you all so much for an amazing, incredible, extraordinary 8 years, and we couldn't have done it without y'all.
And we'll see you guys on the next extraordinary adventure.